And she's pooping. Okie dokie. Okay, she is pooping a lot. Hi, my name is Samantha. If you are returning, welcome back, and if you are new, thank you for coming. I was documenting my pregnancy journey up until week 39 when I had my scheduled C-section with this little peanut. I had placenta previa for most of my pregnancy, which turned into low-lying placenta. I also ended up with C. diff while working at my nursing home job, and documenting my journey through about week 32, I think I started, up until now. I am 3 weeks postpartum today, so she is 3 weeks old. She is very grunty. She doesn't cry a lot, but she grunts a lot. I'm not gonna go into the birth or anything right now. I'm gonna do a separate video about the birth story once I kind of get all my thoughts together and figure out how I want to talk about it. It went fairly well. She did need to be seen by the NICU, so we'll talk about that and kind of how everything happened. 3 weeks out, I'm starting to feel really good. My incision feels good. For those that don't know, I had a C-section, and I'm healing pretty well. I definitely have stretch marks that, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with, and loose skin, but that's normal. I will show some pictures of 1 day postpartum, I believe, and then kind of working up until now, and then I can kind of video how my incision and belly and everything is looking right now. I think it's looking okay for 3 weeks, especially for a second C-section. I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, so I will show you a video of my 3-week postpartum belly. I'm just going to warn you, like, there's an incision. I will show you the incision. There's stretch marks, there's saggy skin. It's just kind of what happens. So if you are, you know, postpartum, don't feel bad. That's what happens. We all look like this, and then eventually it gets a little bit more back to normal. Alright, so this is 3 weeks postpartum. This is from the front, from the side, from the other side. I don't think it's too bad. Could be better. I mean, there's definitely room for improvement. Alright, and with the shirt up closer and do the incision. I'll come up closer and do the incision in a minute, but here is my belly 3 weeks postpartum from the front. You can definitely, like, my belly button needs some work. I still have the line going down my belly. From the side, I still kind of have that little pregnancy belly going on. From the other side, I mean, it'll definitely, I think it'll go down, you know, some more once I lose the 20 pounds or whatever that I want to lose. I will show you the C-section incision. Right, so that is what my C-section incision is looking like. It is not terrible, I don't think. I don't think it's really that bad. I think it looked better the first time, but it'll be alright. But otherwise, that's it. I did end up gaining, oh goodness, so I started at 108 and I ended at like 144, I think. And so whatever the math on is on that. And then now I weigh 122. So I lost a good amount of weight. I lost 10 pounds when I was in the hospital, which she was 8 pounds, 6 ounces when she was born, and 19.5 inches long. So she was bigger than our son. My son was 8 pounds 4 ounces when he was born, I believe. right? Yeah, he was 8'4" and 19.5 inches long, so she was a little bit bigger, and she came earlier, so I can only imagine if she had come at almost 41 weeks like my son did, she would have been a really big baby. But she's a big baby. She's out of newborn diapers. She's pretty much out of newborn clothes. Like, she'll fit in a few pieces, but she is in 0 to 3 month clothes. Like, she's a big girl. So I did lose quite a bit of weight. I think it would have been what? So if I started at 108, so I started at 108 and I'm 122 right now. So that'd be 122 minus 108. That's what, 14 more pounds? Until I get to my pre-pregnancy weight. My like happy weight where I feel more comfortable is between 100 to 105. However, I did gain a little bit of weight when we were trying to get pregnant, just because I was having issues with trying to get pregnant. So, you know, I kind of bumped up my weight a little bit and took some stuff to help me, and that's just what happened. I ended up gaining some weight, but I would like to get back down to like 100 to 105, so I have a good bit of weight to lose. I don't think I look terrible, but I'm definitely not going out in a swimsuit anytime soon. I mean, I'm doing really well. I still can't, I'm not supposed to lift stuff or really bend a whole lot of weird ways or do heavy duty cleaning or anything, just up until 6 weeks, and then when I go to my 6-week checkup, then they'll clear me for all of that, hopefully. I've been doing light exercises, like I walk up and down the stairs and I go shopping and I do walking. Like, it's not like I don't do anything, I don't vacuum or mop or anything like that. I don't pick up my toddler yet. He's about 26 pounds, so he's a little bit heavy for me right now. I don't pick him up. My fiance, he went back to work today. He was working from home, and now his leave is up, so he went back to work today. So it's kind of a rough day. Oh my goodness, you are just very grunty, aren't you? Yeah, what are we gonna do with you? You are just Miss Grunty. It was definitely bittersweet. Like, I know he was ready to be in his normal routine. We were ready to just kind of get into a routine ourselves, but it is, you know, sad not having him here pretty much all the time. It'll be an adjustment, but it'll be fine. It's not like he's never gonna be here. He'll be here on the weekends and at night or whatever. He'll be here around dinner time, so it'll be okay. We'll get through it. I think my toddler was more sad than anybody. He was attached to Daddy during his leave, so that was hard for him, but he'll be okay. Thank you for following me on my pregnancy journey. Now I'm going to be doing like postpartum updates, updates on her probably. I'd like to get into some other mommy related videos, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. I would like to continue doing videos just because, especially since I'm not, for those that don't know, I lost my job because of the C. diff and the placenta previa. I was going to need to take an extended amount of time off, and then that just was not possible with my job, so I lost my job, and we decided I'm just not going to be going back, at least probably for a year, just while I'm breastfeeding. I am breastfeeding her, and it's going really well, and we just want... It'll just be easier for me to breastfeed and all of that if I'm not having to worry about going to work and all of that. There really wasn't a designated place for me to pump with my son. It was a closet, so it was not ideal. It was kind of gross, and I would not really want to do that again. So with her, we're just going to, I'm going to nurse her, and then maybe towards the end of nursing her, I will decide if I want to go back to that job or find a different job or what I want to do. So I think that I'll also talk about my postpartum symptoms right now. I have been having headaches and back pain. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I'm really hungry because I'm breastfeeding. I have no idea why I'm having the headaches and the back pain. I remember back pain with my son too. I think it's from like the spinal or the epidural or whatever they use. I had an epidural with him, and then they just used that for the C-section because it was emergency. But then this time around with my daughter, it was just something that they put in quick during the surgery, and then I didn't have anything staying in my back or whatever. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I have a lot of back pain, shoulder pain, and headaches. It could just, you know, be tension and lack of sleep and everything else too, but she does sleep pretty decent now. She wakes up a few times during the night to eat. At first I was waking her up every couple hours to eat, and then she was waking herself up pretty much all night, and now it's a few times a night, so it's more manageable. It's not terrible. I'm getting, you know, 2-hour chunks of sleep at a time. By the time we feed her and we change her diaper and I get her back to sleep, and then I finally fall back asleep, I'm getting, you know, like 2 to 3 hour chunks of sleep at a time, which is pretty decent for, you know, 3 weeks out. I will be making, well, I still have to post what was in my hospital bag and what was in the baby's hospital bag. I still have to edit and post those, and then I would also like to make like a birth story video and talk more about her birth and how the C-section went and the hospital and everything, and just kind of talk about, she ended up having to stay longer, and then the NICU had to work on her while I was in the OR. So I'll just kind of talk about that in one of the upcoming videos. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can hit subscribe and you'll know, oh, that was a baby sneeze. Then you'll know when I post next. So otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.